Hey guys, it's Jen, and today I wanted to show you a little tutorial on how I made this hybrid layout called Easter Joy using the Ali Edwards April digital kit. Each month Ali releases a really cute digital kit full of like digital pocket page cards and digital stamps and digital chipboard shapes and all sorts of different stuff. It's like getting a kit like her story kits, except for it's available in digital format. And so I wanted to show you this layout that I created, and I created this little wreath came on one of the cards, and instead I wanted to fill it with photos. And so that's what I wanted to show you today. I don't have a process video for the entire layout, but rather just wanted to show you this one technique, because once you do it, then you can apply it to whatever kind of layout that you want to create. So what I have open now is a photo that I want to place inside the wreath, and then I have open the digital card, which is sized, it's a 3x4 card that comes in the kit with this gorgeous floral wreath on it, and you can see that it says "Come Together" in the center. So first thing that we want to do, and I have open Adobe Photoshop CC, which is the subscription-based software, but you can do similar things in Elements or in regular Photoshop. And I'm just going to show you how I do this. I'm not sure that this is the right way or the best way, but this is the way that I know how. And so the first thing that I want to do is get this wreath on its own. Right now it's got this white background and this "Come Together" in the center that I don't really want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my eraser tool, and I'm just going to make sure I have the regular eraser chosen. Later we'll use the magic eraser tool, but for right now I'm just going to choose the regular eraser tool. And I'm going to make it a little bit larger so this is faster. And I'm just going to erase the center letters because I do not need those. So that's simple enough, right? So now what we can do is we can take the background magic eraser tool. This thing is super awesome. What it's going to do is where we click, it's going to erase everything that's white. So you can see that it automatically took everything away. Now, if I wanted to, I could go in and click these spaces that you can see here and erase those as well. I didn't do that on the layout or for the page that I created, but you can if you want to. I knew I was printing on white cardstock, so it didn't really matter to me if it was there or not. So now that that's gone, I am ready to fill this in with my photo. You can see that it's now a transparent piece. And what I could do, I have my photo open separately. I could drag this over, and you can see that I can overlay it on my photo now. So you could take this piece and do whatever you wanted with it now. But what I want to do is I want my photo to be cropped into a circle. So rather than put this shape on there, I'm going to crop my photo into a circle and then lay it behind the wreath. So to crop my photo into a circle, this is what I like to do. I'm going to get my ellipse tool, and that just helps me to create a circle. You can hit U on your keyboard, and I'm going to hold down the Shift key. If you don't hold down Shift, you can see I get all sorts of oval shapes, but if I hold down Shift, it's going to create a circular shape. So I'm going to draw a circle, and it doesn't matter what the fill color is or anything like that. The properties are all of that. I just need the circle. And then what I want to do, I'm going to move this over here so I can see it better. Over here in my layers palette, what I want to do is I want to move the circle behind the photo. And the way that you can usually do that is just drag the layer down, but the background is locked. So I'm just going to click on the little, what is that? Padlock there, and I'm going to drag the circle beneath the layer. Okay, so now you can't see the circle, but what we want to do is create a clipping mask. And the way that you do that is if you hover with your mouse while holding the Option key or the Alt key on your keyboard, you'll see this little square and a down arrow button. That's going to create the clipping mask. So we're going to do that. And now you can see that we have this cropped into a circle, and I can move my photo around to get whatever looks best. And if I want to scale my photo down, because the wreath is pretty intricate, I want my photo to have space in it because it will seem less busy that way. And so I feel like this technique specifically with this wreath, works best with photos that are less busy or more far away shots, if that makes sense. So this is looking pretty good to me. I might move this over just a little bit because I want to allow for some overlap of the wreath. And I'm going to click the checkbox there. And just to make it easier for myself, I'm going to flatten this image. I'm going to merge these two shapes because then I just have the circle to deal with. So I'm just going to right click and flatten image because that's how I want it. Oh, I don't actually want to do flatten image because it's now got the white behind it. Okay, so don't do flatten image like I just did. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to step backwards here. What we're going to do is merge the two layers. Merge visible. There we go. Okay, so now we have it, and I'm going to drag this over to my wreath, and I'm going to drag it below the wreath so that it's the bottom layer. And what I can do, so the wreath is sized on a 3x4 card, but it will size up a little bit. I wouldn't go too crazy because you don't want it to get distorted, but I'm going to size the wreath up as big as I think it looks decent. And so I'm just going to go to the width of the 3x4 size of this canvas, and I'll click the checkbox to make that okay. And then I am going to size my circle down to fit within the wreath. And I want it to cover all of the edge of the photo pretty much. And so I want it to just go right to the edges of that wreath. And it might be just a little bit smaller, and I can move it around a little bit until I get it just where I want it. And I'm going to size it even down just a little bit more. It's okay to me if there's a little bit of space between the photo and the wreath. Because when I print it out on white cardstock, it will look just fine. I actually printed it off on white on Epson premium presentation paper in a matte finish, which is basically like photo paper that looks like cardstock. So that's looking good to me right there. And now I can go ahead and print this. I did print this in several different different sizes, not several. I printed 3 of these wreaths with 3 different photos in them. One was sized slightly larger than the other 2, so you can play around with that, and then you could drag this onto an 8.5 by 11 canvas and create yourself a nice, let me just show you, let's do new, 8.5 by 11. You can create a digital layout this way as well. So I can just grab both of these layers, drag them over. You can see how small that's going to be on an 8.5 by 11, but you can, like I said, size it up a little bit. Just depends on, you don't want to go too big because you don't want to lose the detail of that gorgeous floral wreath. But I encourage you to give this a try. Like I said, I just went ahead and printed this out, and then I fussy cut around the edges to get that wreath look, and I think it turned out really nicely. I hope that you'll try something like this. Those cards are super versatile, and it's easy to manipulate them to do what you want them to do. So if you want more information and to view the other project that I created this month, head over to my blog at CraftyJenSchow.com. I'll also leave links to all the products that I used, as well as to this digital kit in Allie's shop, in the video description below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.